Welcome, everybody, to
Hello,
Sing
hello.
by Numbers Live. My name is Honey Larochelle, but in the Sing by Numbers world, I'm known as Mama Numba because I just be out here calculating numbers in these musical streets. And this is a live series you can expect to see every Wednesday where we are going to decode harmonies, melodies. We're going to talk with amazing musicians and instrumentalists and singers about the number system. And this is a really fun way to learn the number system. Sing by Numbers was created sort of as a parody to Paint by Numbers, which, if you know that Paint by Numbers was a way to create a really beautiful piece of art simply by following the numbers. So in Sing by Numbers, we're actually doing the same thing. We're offering you numbers, and all you have to do is count your way to harmony heaven. And you too, my friend, can know all of your intervals, get really, really fast at harmonies, have unshakable confidence when you're in the studio, when you're in an audition, when you're learning music. My God, how many times have I had a Dropbox folder sent to me with 65 songs to learn by the weekend? And because the number system is in my bones, I didn't have to sweat about that. I just use the shorthand, do the work, and I'm super confident that I'm going to nail it every single time. So we're really excited that you're here. This is a brand new series. This is episode number 2. And this time, instead of just decoding by myself, I brought along an incredible musician who's an old friend of mine.
Yeah,
We've been making music
longtime friend
and
of yours.
writing. Yeah, young, longtime friend of mine. We've been making music together for many years and loving on each other for many, many
Yes.
years. And so I'm really excited to introduce to you Miss Stephanie Ansley.
Hello.
And while I'm telling you a little bit about her, you're going to hear her new single playing in the back. And that song is actually coming out February 21st, which is this coming Friday.
This Friday, baby.
2 days from today, if you are watching live and if you're watching the replay, then you get to look forward to this song coming up. All right. So as I'm listening to this gorgeous song, I want to let you know that Stephanie Ansley is a pianist. She's a vocalist, a songwriter, deep-rooted passion for storytelling through music. She has over 20 years of experience. How did you do that so young?
Long time.
Experience performing everywhere from grand stages to intimate lounges. She's honed a style that's engaging and deeply personal, whether accompanying herself on piano, leading a band, or crafting immersive musical experiences. Stephanie's performances are designed to connect. And I can personally tell you that that's exactly what she does. If you haven't heard her or heard of her yet, I feel really lucky that we have her here on Sing by Numbers Live
Oh,
first.
that's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, you're such an amazing artist, and I'm
Thank you.
so honored to have this time here with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Stephanie Ansley.
Hello. Hello, everybody. And thank you so much, honey, for having me. I feel that it's like the exact, I'm going to reflect all of that love back to you because I have so much respect and love for the artist that you are.
Aw,
And
thanks.
we have been doing this for a long time. And it feels great to still be doing it together
It does.
at this level with this like level of experience and maturity and knowledge. I love
Yeah.
it.
And the experience has changed. So when we first met, we were singing together in a cappella groups.
Hmm.
And I will say that the a cappella work that I have done in my life has been incredibly instrumental to learning the number system.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
knowing those numbers really made a cappella music way more accessible, way more fun.
Yeah. You kind of like start off with people saying, you're on the 1, you're on the 3, you're on the 5.
100%.
And then somebody else is going to add something funky.
Got to have that color note, got to have that wild card up in there. So listen, if you guys are tuning in on Instagram Live, we want to invite you over to our YouTube where we can actually see the comments because we want you to be able to interact with us. So if you're watching on Facebook, I think that we can actually see your comments. And if you feel like commenting a little hell yes right now, then we'll know that we can see your comments. If you're on YouTube, we'll definitely see your comments. If you're on Instagram, just go to singbynumbers.com/live and join us. Yes, we see a hell yes up in there. Okay, that's a Facebook comment. So we're learning, this is a brand new series. So, all right, Steph, girl,
Honey, friend.
listen, you know the premise of this show is to talk about numbers and how they have supported us in music. There's so many other things I wanna talk to you about, but let's just start with how the numbers came into your purview. Like, when did
Yes.
that start for you? And yeah, tell us that story.
Well, I grew up here in Central Florida, and I was really involved in church. And I did learn the piano, and I would say, like, around 16, uh, my church, they figured out that I could play, and it was like, immediately, "You're gonna be the piano player for all of the church services." And I had, like, this really good basic reading skill, and the band leader of that church at the time was like, "I'm just gonna teach you a hack." And because I was 16 or 17, I didn't overanalyze or over intellectualize anything. He was just like, "Whatever key we're playing in, the 1 chord, like, if we're in C, it's like the numbers. C 1 is gonna be C, 2 is gonna be D minor, 3 is gonna be E." And it was more of a chord structure, how to accompany, and it just has been with me ever since. It's like such a beautiful way to relate
Totally.
to the song that you're learning.
How old were you?
I'd say 16 or 17.
Okay, so before that, you were already playing.
Yeah.
So you learned music theory, you knew what chord structures were, you knew
Yes.
the difference between major and minor, you
Yes.
knew all that stuff.
Yes.
But the numbers coming into your purview then after learning all that
Opened
stuff.
everything up. It's like, yes, you have this, like, theoretical knowledge of it, but if you know to, like, extrapolating the number system to chords is a huge leap for a musician.
100%.
And I mean, as deep as, like, it's like opening up a new page and being like, "Oh, it's been in front of me all along.
Right.
It's been right here the whole time."
I know. It's so fun. I love that. Okay, so
But I had
since
also really learned, that, what's the Italian word? It's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
yeah, solfege.
Yes. That I had a lot of, like, vocal education around that, and, that related really easily. Like,
Oh.
to connect, I was like, "Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4." It's so much easier to say numbers.
100%.
So much easier.
But for us in our generation, we also had this amazing film that came out called The Sound of Music,
Yes, we did.
which I'll say there are some Gen Zs who also know about The Sound of Music because they're the cool ones. Obviously, they're the ones who are like hip and dope because obviously. But Sound of Music made solfege fun, right? Because it gave us that Do a Deer song in a way that was so exciting and thrilling. And I also remember being in choirs growing up and learning the hand signals.
Yes, totally.
And I still use them a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I actually don't remember them all, but I definitely.
Mi, fa,
So,
la,
ah, T.
do.
Oh my gosh.
And then I had this incredible teacher who would, like, drill us. He would be like, "Do, mi, do, do."
Right.
It was
Totally.
amazing.
So we can do that with numbers, and it obviously relates to us so many more ways. What up, JVL? How you doing in the building?
Aw, hi, Josh.
Yes, doctor. Yes. Shout out to J-Lo and Rosendo Felipe in the building and Ian. What's up?
Hi.
You guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're Facebook and YouTube, we can see your comments. Again, if you're just watching on Instagram, we love you and just enjoy the conversation. But come over to singbynumbers.com/live and we'll throw that on the screen for you too, so you can find us really easily and participate. So before we get into ways for you to participate, I have another question, because since then, you've obviously worked with tons of different musicians and singers. And in your experience, have you found a lot of other musicians who also know the number system? Has it been a thing for you? Has it like supported at all? Or
Yes, I think being able in a band situation, being a singer in a band is, especially a female singer, I'll just, like, bring it up, like, being the usually only female singer in the band kind of comes with, like, a knockdown, and it's definitely not intentional because most of the men I've worked with have been incredible. It's just like an assumption. They recognize each other, they don't recognize you.
Right, they talk around you.
And knowing their language, they really don't expect singers to be musical, first of all.
That part. You heard
And
that? Did everybody hear that?
that's very true. So being a singer who knows their numbers and knows what the band is talking about, even if you are not 100% sure where they're going, just knowing they're talking about the structure of the chords of the song gives you a leg up in the situation. It gets you that extra respect, earns you a little bit more like, yeah, edge and belonging in the band if you're speaking their language. So it's like kind of instrumental in every band. I don't know any band that doesn't speak in numbers.
100%.
Unless
Yeah.
it's getting, like, super deep.
Yeah. I mean, even the deep ones will often pull out a couple numbers. You know, I'm touring with a jazz musician who's incredible. His name is Jonathan Butler, and his band have all been, you know, on tour with all of the greats for many, many years. And we had a sub the other day on keys. Now, our keyboard player is our band leader, so he had a substitute. So we were Sans band leader, right? And bass player had to kind of step up, and you know, he's screaming numbers to this guy on the stage because of course my boss called a song that was not on the list. He was like, "I'm inspired. We're going to play this song." He didn't even consider the fact that this guy maybe never heard the song. So
Yeah.
why come it sounded amazing and homeboy had never heard it?
Mhm.
So, and that's the power of numbers. That's just one of the many powers of numbers. Okay, so you guys, if we have any musicians in the building, please say me in the comments just so we know who we're talking to. And if you're a singer who does know the number system, say numbers. I'm clearly freestyling here, but I'm just trying to identify who's watching. And even if you're watching on the replay, just know that we are going to be checking these comments and coming back to you because we're creating community. We're creating space for all of us to get together and nerd out on these numbers. So while we're here, first of all, I'm loving having your new single playing behind us.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed arranging the background.
I was like, "When are we getting to the best part of this?"
I don't know that that's the best part of this at all.
Well, for me, it was. It was like when I wrote this song and when we were recording it, I had these really, like, strong female vocals in my mind, and you were the only person that really came to mind. I even, like, did, like, fake version for myself to try to feel it out, and I was like, "I just need honey."
Oh.
And you did. You put complete magic on the
Aw.
track. I love it.
Well, thank you very much. And my experience was she wrote to me and she was like, "Hey, I've got this new single. I'm looking for vocal arrangement." And she described, you know, actually, what movie was it? You were like, "I want the three girls from
Hercules.
Hercules." And I
The
was like,
muses.
I was seeing that whole, you know, amazing montage in my mind. And I was like, "Oh, I can't. I'm in the middle of building this lunch. I'm too busy." And then I heard the song. And then I was like, "Oh, don't you dare let anybody else. This is for me to do." So, I really had fun arranging this song, and I recorded myself arranging this song so that we can put together some kind of way to share with you all how that went. But this song has really complicated. It sounds so simple, but it had really complicated. I did 4 different versions. There were 4 chords available to put backgrounds on that line.
Yeah.
It could have gone 4 different ways, and it's really fun to know that you have all of those access, all of those different numbers. Oh, hey, Robin, how you doing? What's up, Anne Marie? Yeah.
And
So
also, like, we've been speaking to each other. I remember being in the studio and you were like, "Kevin be in there every single time." But that's exactly how we speak to each other.
yes. Well, I knew that I could talk to you that way, and I really appreciate that because, you know, there's a lot of singers that, I can't speak to or artists that I'm working with. I mean, I've produced vocals for a lot of major artists that you guys know their names. They don't all know their numbers. So, numbers aren't necessary. They just make you better.
And it's like a fun language to speak between. It's like an identifier of who takes their shit seriously.
Yes, and I spent a lot of time in Denmark, and, Danes, when they are with each other now, in Denmark, you learn English in school, so everyone can speak English. You're not, like, out here in a foreign country. But everybody when they're together, they just speak in Danish, right? They can't help it. They know that
Yeah.
there's a person who doesn't understand in the room, and I feel like that's the same
Yes.
way that musicians are. And so there is a difference between a singer and a musician.
Yes.
And for a singer to become a musician, you wanna be able to speak that language. You wanna have your musicality, your musicianship on point. And so my whole premise and goal is to raise awareness around what musicianship looks like.
I mean, just can I can I riff a little bit? Because
Do it.
just from, like, fronting a top 40 band, knowing that there are I can think of, like, 4 songs right now that are 1, 6, 4, 5. And
Right.
if the band goes 1, 6, 4, 5, I can, like, mash up "Stand By Me," "Damn all these beautiful girls, they
Yep.
only wanna do me dirt." I could do that Bruno Mars song with
Yep.
it, like, it's a really incredible skill
Yes.
to be able to communicate with people on stage that way.
There's a bunch of, like, reels of, like, one guy playing the same 4 chords and singing
Totally.
100 songs in a row or something like that. Um, and I'm excited to get to that part. I'm currently recording the Sing by Numbers course. So, I've been at the studio every evening, not every evening, but almost every evening, recording all of these lessons and sort of preemptively imagining where people are gonna struggle and what best ways to share these numbers
Yeah.
and choosing songs to analyze. So I'm about to get into analyzing chords. And so of course the 1654 and 154. There's a bunch of different chord structures that we hear all the time. And I know a lot of songwriters who will just play those chords over and over until a new melody comes to them. And it's so wonderful that you can have unlimited,
Mhm.
like, there's 8 numbers or 8 notes in a scale. Well, 13 with the half steps, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Unlimited
Expression,
options.
it's true.
Yeah. All right. So let's have that music turn off now. And let's go ahead and get into this other part of the party because we have another song to play with today, which is your last single,
Yeah,
which is the first single
the
from this
first
new
single.
project, right?
Yes,
You wanted to share a little bit about this project with us? Like, what's the inspiration?
yes.
Where did it start? Where did it come from? And I'm going to just move this down because I really want to see your beautiful face.
I just
Yeah, just look at yourself there. Okay.
okay. Um, Hi.
Hi. You're so
I
pretty.
I thank you. This is actually the first original music I've ever put out. I've always been I mean, really and truly, at this level, I've always written, but I have been, for the last 20 years, just professionally working in bands and all cover bands, and it's been amazing, an incredible job. I love being a musician. I never pictured doing anything else or being anything else. But yeah, the last, like, I would guess, whatever, 2020. I hate saying it, but whatever. We had, like, this big shift in COVID, and I
Mm.
really just I felt this urge to put original music out there, make some creative expression. So that's what this is. This is like these I'm gonna put the EP out in May, and these 6 songs are kind of like what happened over the last few years, and I'm gonna start recording a full-length album after this. I
So you're gonna
absolutely
release these 6 and then do
move on.
another.
Yes.
Yep.
These are like I think these 6 songs, which definitely Costa Rica, this one we're gonna talk about, is totally a beginning inspiration. I took this incredible trip to Costa Rica and with this group of people who were learning, different breathing techniques. It was beautiful, beautiful, totally inspiring and freeing. And I felt free. I felt really free
Hallelujah.
and ready to share the love. So this project is an expression of my creativity, an expression of movement towards what I believe is my purpose.
Ah, I just love you so much, and I just love that. I love that this is where you are in your journey and that we get to witness it. I feel so lucky. I think it's important, just as a side note, for artists and anybody who is a musician and an artist, there's all of these stories that you have to be a certain way to release a record. And there's even myself, I've gone through so many stages of, well, maybe that time is past for me and now I'm gonna get into this other stuff. No, I'm creating Sing by Numbers because I'm a nerd and I like to nerd out, but I'm most definitely committed to full self-expression and what it takes to get to full self-expression and freedom
Yes.
to like really be authentic and knowing that there's gonna be haters. I always am like, "You haven't made it unless you got a couple haters."
Yeah.
Like, I hope to God somebody says, "Oh, I can't stand that Stephanie girl."
Oh, I can't, it
You know
hurts
what I
me.
it could hurt, or you could be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm making an impact."
You're amazing. I always appreciate the way you frame these things because you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, 100%. And I've spent a lot of time with, celebrities and people who are being spoken about on the news, and I've witnessed, I had a friend, a very close friend who was the butt of a lot of jokes, in the media, and I watched, how that can affect, and I watched how you can bounce back in a
Yes.
way that is, even better, and sometimes when people are making you the butt of your joke, this is a total tangent, by the way,
It's
but people are
go.
making the butt of your joke, lean into that. Whatever makes you weird,
That's it.
whatever makes you make fun of a bull,
Mhm.
lean into that. Get louder about it. Like in 8 Mile, when he's, like, in that rap battle, he rapped about everything the other guy coulda said about him
Yeah.
and destroyed.
Yeah. You, like, win it back.
You just take it. You
Yeah.
just like, "You know what? I am this way. I am that way. I have this. So let's lean into it." So that was a completely, random tangent,
But we'll take it.
but we'll take it. We're gonna spend the last section of this show analyzing this song. So let's just take a listen at it first. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna ask team to just be aware of the volume. And you guys in the comments, let us know if the volume's all right. First of all, the volume is 0 because I hear nothing. I'm pressing play, and yet all we have is that beautiful sound of silence. I love technology.
Not as much as you see.
All right, I hear a creeping, sneaking sound in the back. Not the song we're playing.
Oh, down one. Down
That's
one.
why.
It's okay. Listen, that's it.
Okay,
That's the
guys,
one.
listen up.
It's live TV. Or well, this is live.
Yeah, live media. Can we turn it up, team, a little?
Wanna be a feral dog running on the beach where the hippies go to breathe in Costa Rica. I'm gonna do whatever it takes for me to come back through as a dog lying on the beach in Costa Rica. In Costa Rica. In Costa Rica.
It's like the experience that I had where I was looking at porn. Yeah, I had
Right, you heard it.
wait,
I
Turn it
am
down,
a
team.
singer in
All right,
a tourist town
I'm gonna
like
pause
no
it.
one.
Because to analyze a song, you kinda gotta go bit by bit, right? We're gonna have to, like, because we don't have a player with control,
The
we're gonna have
ones
to
only
just
say
do
about I got 3 good reasons.
uh-oh, I don't even think we can rewind it. So, let's just talk about this.
yeah.
When you're analyzing a song, and I wanna start from the beginning for anybody who hasn't heard of numbers before and doesn't understand what it means to analyze a song. When you're analyzing a song, the first place you start is find the one.
Yes.
So, I know in last week's episode, I shared how I like to find the one. Do you have a secret that you like to like, or a tactic or a method that you go to when you're looking for the one? Where do you
Yes.
start?
Um, well, usually my rule of thumb is like whatever the chord is that it begins or ends on, that's usually the one. But it's faster than listening to the whole song. I just kind of like find the most like common note that I could hold across the chords.
That's great. That's a really great tactic. So a note that works throughout most of the time. Like you could hold that note and all the other notes are going, and then your one note usually works the whole way down.
Yes.
The other way I like to look for the one is I always listen at the bass line.
Oh, yeah.
The bass line is often dancing around the one. It's usually starting at home, going to the party, meeting somebody, having a cocktail, doing a jig, and then coming back home.
Mhm.
The bass line is like that dude. He always comes home.
Solid.
He likes to go out, but he always
Fancy.
comes home.
Extra.
And home is the one.
Yes.
So any song you're analyzing or listening to or learning to sing or arranging backgrounds for or writing a chart for, you're looking for the one first, no matter what. So in this case, we're lucky that the melody is also a giveaway. Now, the bass line is usually a giveaway. If it's not super obvious, I then go to the melody. And it might be the melody of the lyrics, but it could also be a melody that's being played by a synth or a horn or some other prominent melody that comes up.
Totally.
So in this case, we're going to play it again. Actually, if I press play again, will it start from the beginning? Do we know how to make that happen? I don't know if we do, but we're going to try it. Let's see what happens.
Now,
Nope.
I am careful to say how I feel. There are a few hearts I am trying to heal before I go back to the wheel.
Okay. So the bass line.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there's your one. So if that made sense to you, just put a one in the comments so I just want to know if any of this is landing. If that made sense to you, put a one in the comment. So we want to find the one. Now, because we're moving quickly, we're going to just tell you that was the one.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so then do you want to just sing us the first line?
I wanna be a feral dog running on the beach where the hippies go to breathe in Costa Rica.
All right, lovely. So the next question when you're analyzing is this major or minor? And the way to tell that is the 3. So if you find the one, then you want to sing your scale. So you would say, does it work better if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Or does it work better if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Right? That's major versus minor. In this case,
The melody just does it for you.
right. But go ahead and put in the comments. Do you think this is major or minor? Major or minor?
Papa,
I
wanna be a feral dog running on the beach where the hippies go to breathe in Costa Rica. Major or minor? I love that.
And major means it's going to sound happy. Minor means there's going to be a bit of a sadder sound. So thinking about those two things, what is your vote? Major or minor, children? Mama wants to know. All right. And know that the comments come in at about 40 seconds later than when we say it, just because of technology. So we love to kill a little time as we ask those questions, just to give you a chance. But we're going to move forward.
So, okay.
Yeah. What would you
when you're trying to decide if you like, what is there any other giveaway for you for a major or a minor song?
Somebody said minor.
Somebody said minor.
A minor.
Can't go anywhere.
I hate to break it to you, baby. This song is in major. But I understand why you might have thought that, because she goes, and it gives you that sort of edgy, it's a really cool melody. And it gives you that sort of edgy feeling that could easily be mistaken for minor. But this song is in major. Now, the other thing I wanted to say about major and minor is later in Sing by Numbers inside the course, we get into relative majors and minors, which can just explode your brain if we tried to do it at the early stages. But the relative minor would be exactly why you thought this was minor.
It's all over the song.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna tell you to just come into Sing by Numbers so
Yeah.
that you can understand that more, because it's really fun to discover all of these truths. And this is just tip of the iceberg stuff because these episodes are short. We've already run out of time. I do wanna complete.
What?
I know, it's amazing. I do wanna complete this line though,
Okay.
at the very least.
Okay, of course.
So, I know what it is, you know what it is. What's the best way for us to get them to know what it is? We're because of time, we're gonna say 1, 3, 4, 5,
5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 6, 5,
5, 5, 1, 6, 5.
Oh, it's 6?
Yeah.
5, 6, 5, 6, 4. Wait,
A
is that
3,
4?
3, 4, 3, 1. And that's about the speed
Oh,
of an
yeah.
expert. This is expert analysis
With
happening right now.
Yes, yeah, the speed of an expert.
So, if it's slower than that for you, then feel great. And if it's faster than that for you, oh my God.
Come be interviewed.
Yeah, come through. And so the way that we know that is we first sing the scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you can compare every single
Yes.
syllable. By the way, it's 3:33 where we are. Everybody,
Aw.
make a wish.
Love, love, love.
Okay, when the numbers align, that's my opportunity to really thank God, universe, source. And so making a wish attached to a piece of gratitude is a great opportunity. So take a sec. Take a sec. It's your moment. Cool. Cool. Very cool. All right, kids. The last thing I was going to say about this song analysis that was very brief because we are friends and girls talk.
Well, we have a lot to say.
Yeah, and there's even more. Like I feel like we could have gone further, but I'm so thankful to you for coming through today.
You're welcome.
And being you're being the very first guest on Sing by Numbers Live.
What an honor, and I'll come back anytime.
And I'm so excited to hear your new single that comes out. Sorry to bang your head. Her new single comes out this Friday in 2 days, you guys. And I got to arrange the backgrounds on it. So there's 2 reasons. And she's going to perform it live
Yes.
at Immerse Festival.
If you're here in Orlando.
If you're in Orlando, Florida, tell us a little bit about Immerse, where we can find you, how we can get there.
Yes, Immerse is a really amazing festival that Creative City Project puts on downtown Orlando. It's Friday and Saturday night, 5 to 11. The streets will shut down. So if you are in the area, Orange Ave, Church Street, Pine, South, in front of Dr. Phillips Center, there'll be 5 stages on all the corners.
That's so cool.
Street art everywhere, immersive art everywhere, an art park with a unicorn slide.
What?
So if you're it's
And
free.
it's free. Get into all that. So it's totally worth it. Wow. What a great gift. Strong to get with a fitting gift. Great gift. It's really rare that you get 5 stages with a program from 5 to 11 p.m. Any stage. So definitely performing.
My sets are at 6 and 8 p.m.
You're doing
each.
2 sets.
I'm actually going to do 3. I'm going to do 2 sets with a really cool immersive project. Our friend Live is going to play on Friday
My
night.
sister.
Yes, and your sister, but I can't claim her like that. Although I would
But
love
good
to.
friend.
I
Good
sure
friend.
want to.
She's sister vibes.
Amazing. She's going to play an amazing original song, and then Fabiola, a friend, the next night will be playing, and my friend Labrie. We're going to do a 9 p.m.
Aw.
silly set as the Mary Just Mess.
Oh
each
my
night.
gosh.
So come through. It's just going to be like good, casual, awesome hang fun. All local artists.
Shout out to Phase 5. I just want to say thanks again. Thanks you guys for hanging a little late with us. These are meant to be over at right at the 30-minute mark, but we're just getting started. I promise you every week is going to get better and better and tighter, and you're going to learn more and more. And just come and hang out because it's just fun. But every Wednesday, 12 o'clock, 3 p.m. Eastern. We love you. Peace. Sing by Numbers Live. Signing off. Thanks.
It was like you were in my back pocket. Without you, I wouldn't have had the strength to say, right, this is my moment. This is my time. This is about time.
The power to do things and to get the proof was necessary for me. Going across the country seemed like a financial, what are you doing? But it was proof that we are powerful leaders. We are powerful people.
I really just want to thank you for the opportunity to rewire your brain. I was valuing things related to what I really want to do.